Hello and welcome. We are here at ETNow.in Business Conclave and Awards. Today we have with us Dr. Ajay Bakshi, the founder and Managing Director of Metamorphosis. Hi sir, how are you doing today?
Good, I'm keeping very well. Thank you.
How are you feeling after receiving an award?
Yeah, I think it's truly an honor and feeling very privileged about receiving the award.
Yes. So my first question, sir, for you would be what inspired you to move from executive roles to founding Metamorphosis?
So one of the key things I'd experienced as a working executive professional is organizations are probably not investing enough in one of the major assets in an organization, that is your human capital or your human resources. Barely 0.1% or 0.2% of the revenues are invested in developing people. For any business to be successful, you obviously need to have the right strategy, you need to have the right financial resources, you need to have a good client base, you need to have good products, technology, but all of these are driven by people. So if your people strategy is not right and your people are not self motivated and they don't have either a sense of purpose, a sense of belongingness, or the skills to drive peak performance, you will never get optimal results. So, to ensure that organizations are able to live this and are able to get the best out of their business potential through people, is what inspired me to take up a consulting role.
My next question would be how has emergence of AI, remote work, and digital transformation shifted your consulting priorities in the last 2 years?
Yeah. In fact, I think post COVID, that also helped us relook at our own operating model. So, remote working has actually increased our business. It has increased our productivity. It has increased our efficiency. So earlier, where most of our work, I would say 98% of our business was done face to face. Whether it was in consulting or whether it was in coaching or whether it was in facilitation or workshops or assessment. We could work only for one client in one day. Today, I can work for four clients in a day, and it has increased my productivity several fold. There are questions being asked, that will remote working or will virtual working, will it build the same kind of impact or relationship impact? I think it hasn't. I've done work for senior executives, C-suite leaders, whom I haven't met physically till date, but I've done work virtually with them, and I've built great virtual relationships with them.
My next question would be how do you measure the ROI of leadership development and executive coaching and culture change efforts for your clients?
So one, I think we call it as a Kirkpatrick model. There are four levels of learning effectiveness, and that's what I leverage. Uh, but if I were to say it, especially in coaching and leadership development initiatives, I think the first thing I look at is behavioral changes. So behavioral changes are fairly visible, and you get it through 360-degree feedback forms. Either at the start of the learning intervention and what has happened after that. Are there any behavioral changes, significant behavioral changes, visible changes across multiple stakeholder relationships? The second part which we look at in this case is we also leverage skill assessment tools where we get line manager feedback and we also translate and see whether it is impacting their performance, especially when you are coaching them or developing them around specific skills like decision making, their ability to lead, guide, and navigate change, their ability to think strategically, their ability to drive innovation. So these can also be measured through specific tools, which eventually should translate into performance.
My next question would be your book Built to Perform focuses on high performing teams. Now, can you share a key lesson for businesses looking to build such teams?
Yeah. So there is the strategy has to be an integrated strategy, and I call the strategy as DARE, DARE. DARE, an acronym is it's you need to invest in developing your people. You need to invest in attracting the right talent through a strong employee value proposition. You need to look at the right qualities and the right attributes. Especially there is an old adage which says that hire for attitude and train for skills. Very difficult to train for attitude. Then the other part is retaining the workforce in today's highly competitive environment, where highly skilled workforce is a rare commodity. While you have plenty of people available, but highly skilled people are rare. They are like a commando, an elite commando force. So retaining them and then ensuring that they remain continuously engaged, committed, and motivated, not only to their work but also to the organization. So that's what I call this philosophy as DARE: develop, attract, retain, and engage.
Yeah, so high performing employees also come with high cost sometimes.
Absolutely.
So how do you help businesses balance that cost efficiency and having high performing teams?
Yeah. So first and foremost, it's about taking the right compensation strategy. Everyone does not have to be paid the top dollar or the top salary. It should one is having a clear reward strategy which is linked to your performance goals. So a high performer, if you pay them, I would say even in the 90th percentile of the market, your productivity gains are significantly high because they are contributing that much more. But if you put in your money paying an underperformer, which unfortunately some organizations do, they are taking away the money of a high performer. So it's about getting that balance right. Whom should you be paying? For what role should you be paying high salaries? And for what roles you need not pay high salaries? Roles which are automated. We spoke about artificial intelligence, where you can leverage technology, where you can leverage automation to drive productivity and efficiency, one should. And there you need not pay very high paying roles for people who are doing a routine, process oriented role. But for those which require innovation, which require experience, which are high impact, high value roles, that is where you need to pay top dollar salaries. And this is what I advise clients.
I have some rapid fire questions for you, sir. Remote coaching or in person workshops?
Uh, I would say both work well. It depends on the context.
Next one would be the most rewarding organizational transformation that you've led.
Yeah, with a PSU, and second is with a media organization where I coached a chief distribution officer to become the CEO of the organization.
Next would be early adopter or cautious implementer when it
Early
comes to
adopter.
technology. Okay. The biggest myth about leadership that you would like to be busted.
Yeah, that the leaders are born. Leaders can be made.
One book every HR should read.
So I would say one book which HR leaders would read is Dr. Ramcharan's book. I would say is The Leadership Pipeline.
So it was really lovely talking to you. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure
Thank
talking
you.
to you too. Thank you very much.